All right, hey guys, welcome back to another video. We're gonna actually be doing things a little bit unconventional. I am filming my very first Get Ready With Me. Now let me tell you, it's gonna be a little bit unorganized, but that's okay. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comment section below if this is something that you would like to see on a continuing basis. And then also guys, I would like to wish everyone a very happy 2023. I hope that you guys have a very prosperous year. I hope that your year is productive, full of growth and love as well. So anyway, let's get on to the video. All right, y'all, so let's get into this Get Ready With Me. So we're doing just like a little year-end roundup and just talking about some things that hopefully I can help you guys get through, or some encouragement that I can maybe give you into the new year. By the time this video is posted, it will be 2023. One of you beautiful ladies emailed me on Instagram and asked if I would do ROC's advice. And so yes, I will be willing to do ROC's advice. And so guys, if you have any questions that you would like to ask me, please put them down in the comment section below. And so you guys want me to do some advice, but the only thing is I'm gonna try to like give really sound advice, because honestly guys, and this is not good, a lot of times my advice is always leaving. And unfortunately, that's not always the answer, leaving. Like, cause if you email me and be like, this happened, I'm gonna be honest, babe. I'm gonna be like, leave. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I ain't gonna do no cheating, but I'm gonna do some leaving. You know, I ain't gonna cheat on your ass, but I'll leave your ass. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the only reason why I've held back from wanting to do like a, girl, I'm supposed to be getting ready, huh? But anyway, that's the only reason why I have avoided like doing the whole advice thing. Cause girl, like you tell me you dealing with enough shit on your job, and all I'm gonna do is put together a strategy for you to leave. You tell me you dealing with enough shit in your relationship. I don't be wanting to tell people to leave their relationships though. You know what I'm saying? Like, who am I to be like, girl, get up and leave them? Cause I be like, unless there is abuse going on, meaning emotional, mental, financial, physical, mental abuse going on, I'm not gonna be so quick to say leave. You know what I'm saying? And so, or cheating. Well, cheating is kind of, to me, emotional and mental abuse. The cheating is abusive, you know? So anyway, and then what if I be like, leave, and you be like, I'm gonna let that nigga cheat in peace. You know what I'm saying? What if you want to let him cheat in peace and you ain't ready to leave? So girl, I don't know. I will do it. If you guys want me to give you some advice, just put it down in the comment section. But don't, you know what I'm saying? Just know that a lot of my advice is gonna be me telling you to leave. What I'm doing is going over my eyebrows, and I'm just using a dark brown powder. Guys, this is a little trick that I learned. This is for the girlies that are not only super oily, but also for the girlies that have very sparse eyebrows. So I'm just gonna take and dip this dark brown eyeshadow in, it's a shadow, okay? So I'm dipping it, taking my brush, and then I'm just gonna brush on the shape of my eyebrows. Guys, don't worry about if this comes out too dark, because we're still gonna do the eyebrows in the gradient effect. So, ooh, I ain't gonna lie, girl, that is a little dark. Ooh, that came out, baby. It's giving clown makeup. It's giving Ronald McDonald. Hold on. So let's talk about, you know, declaring to the world that you are no longer the safe friend or the seat filler or the underdog friend, or you're no longer the undercover over lover, so, or the overgiver. So guys, in the past, I've always like over loved or overgave or over, you know what I'm saying? And I just noticed this year and last year coming into my YouTube journey, because I don't do that anymore. I'm very careful about who I, you know, overlove or whatever. I've noticed that I've started to attract better people into my life. I've started to attract people who are more genuine and who are more intentional. I've stopped attracting people who just want to take. You know what I'm saying? I don't really attract people like that. I've attracted givers because I'm a giver, but I did not attract those types of people until I became until I stopped just giving to everybody, because it wasn't that I could peep out who you. If you're a giver, that's fine, but you have to give to people who are willing to give back, and perhaps they can't give in the way that you give back. So maybe you can give to somebody in terms of knowledge, and maybe they don't necessarily have the knowledge to give you. They may have another resource, but sometimes, you know, when you are really a giver, you can pour your investments and your time and your resources into empty vessels, and that's not a good relationship. So I've just learned to look for things that invoke reciprocity. And because I've stopped just, y'all, these eyebrows are a mess, but that's okay, we gonna get them together. But because I have stopped like over giving to every single body, and I've learned how to kind of, you know, kind of deal with people who, you know, kind of come to the table with something to give me equally. And it's definitely been it's been better for me overall. Like, I also think like finding your passion, like when you find your passion, that also kind of, finding your passion and doing it with integrity, doing it with authenticity, and doing it with just the right intentions. I think that a lot of positive things start happening for you. Like for me, what I've noticed also since I've started my journey, and since I'm really, really chasing my passion, like I think I'm more positive in my thought process. I think very positively, and then I feel very, very empowered. You know, I feel like, you know, the things that I worried about in the past, I don't have to worry about that. Like, you know, like in the past, before I started this journey, you know, just all of the, or even, you know, even at the beginning of this journey, you know, just the type of people that I would attract. I don't, like I was saying, y'all, I don't want to be repetitive here, but I don't feel like I attract people like that anymore, because like the people that I've met on my way to this journey, they were already doing this. Like they were already established. They had already built their channels and built their platforms. And so when I met them, they didn't come into my life to take from me. They've come into my life to add to me, and vice versa. And whereas in the past, you know, you're on a journey and maybe you meet someone and you guys are doing something, you're both chasing the same passion, but you're noticing maybe, you know, the person that you're chasing the passion with, they're not as passionate as you are. And so what happens is they want the success, but they don't want to do the work. And so you find yourself into, because you're so passionate about it, you find that this person, they gonna sit up and take from you. They gonna take, but they're never gonna give. So, you know, you definitely want to get away from that. And unfortunately, or fortunately, the only way to get away from those types of things is to pour that into yourself. So to all my empath bombshells out there, take that same nurturing empathy and pour that into yourself. And I guarantee you, if you have anybody around you that's taken from you, they're gonna start to see you as like, oh, she's selfish, or she did. You want takers. You want those people to see you as selfish, because you want them to fall off, because you keep people like that around too long and you absolutely become resentful. Baby, let me tell you something. This gonna be this gonna be the most unorganized. Get ready with me. So another thing that I've learned in this journey is that, y'all, listening is so powerful. I had no idea, because I've always been a talker, a chatty patty, you know what I'm saying? And so I did not know that the power of listening, it is sexy. Being a great listener, it is sexy. You really want to know who someone is, just listen. That's all you have to do. You don't have to even ask any questions, just listen. I have learned that just sitting there listening, being an active listener, it is very attractive and it is very insightful. You really get to see who people are if you just let them talk. All right, another thing that that I've learned, but this is more not necessarily with, well, you know what? I can say going into friendships and building new connections and friendships, and also in dating, oversharing. You know what I'm saying? And it's the thing, like sometimes you don't even think that you're oversharing. You just think you're having a conversation, and you don't realize that you've overshared information until maybe whatever you shared comes up again. But it doesn't come up in the form of maybe something casual. It comes up kind of like someone is throwing something in your face. Like I just remember, you know, someone asking me about dating, and I was kind of like, I'm not really feeling very confident. And this was a while ago. I was saying I'm not really feeling very confident in regards to just dating right now. You know, just because I have some unresolved things, and I still have a little bit of healing to do, and so I'm not really comfortable dating right now. And so this person asked me maybe 2 weeks later, you know, kind of where I was with the whole dating thing, and I was just explaining to him like, you know, I'm still kind of on my self-healing journey. I'm kind of not, you know, still not comfortable. And then what he ended up doing was regurgitating back to me what I had shared with him. You know, basically he was just saying like, so are you still feeling insecure about dating? Like, you know, are you still lacking confidence or something? What's going on there? And it was just the fact that like, I don't share with people or share with, you know, my experiences or just certain things for you to throw that back in my face. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna use my tea to burn me? You know, I told you that I wasn't feeling very confident in the dating space, and you're gonna try to like play spades with my shit. Like that, y'all, that is one of my biggest pet peeves. Is like, don't try to play spades with what I gave you. I gave you the cards on me, and you're gonna try to play my shit, my hand back to me. Don't play with me. So yeah, and so I'm gonna be honest, that kind of like, you know, that was very, again, enlightening. And so now I am very strategic on the things that I tell people, especially in this little dating thing, baby. If you girlies are out there dating and stuff like that, just be careful with what you're sharing, you know, with these guys, because baby, they'll play your hand back to you. Right, so let's talk about being transparent without sharing too much. Guys, you can absolutely be transparent without sharing too much. I think I'm really good at that. And I'm not gonna even say without sharing too much, or without having any regrets. So when I'm sharing things with you guys and I'm transparent with you guys, typically I'm sharing for things that I've already overcome, like, you know, my childhood trauma, and, you know, some of the mistakes that I've made in my past, and, you know, stuff like that. I share those things because I'm no longer ashamed about those things. And then also I be feeling like, you know, if I share this, that could probably help somebody. It's not anything that I feel ashamed about. And so I don't mind having transparency. You guys, another thing that I'm starting to learn is like, I am not going to invest my energy into getting people to understand me and who I am, because the bottom line is, and this is just overall, this is in life, in relationships, friendships, YouTube, whatever, baby, let me tell you something. It is people that are out there and their only focus, intent, and purpose is to misunderstand you. Now, y'all know I love to talk, and as thorough as I am, there are still people that are committed to misunderstanding every single thing that I say. And I have just thrown up my hands. I throws up my hands, Lord. I throws up my hands. I have literally thrown my hands up into just not even worrying about who misunderstands me and who does not. You know, and then too, another thing is just like having to prove myself. You know, I'm no longer committed to proving myself to get you to unthink what you already think. You know what I'm saying? So, in short, what I am trying to say is, guys, just, y'all, let people underestimate you. Just let them underestimate you. Now, as far as my bombshell girlies that are still, you know, working in corporate America, you know, if you know that ultimately you want to leave corporate America and do your own thing, you know, start writing down your goals and start writing down your plans, and then believe that it can happen. Because one thing that I'm also learning is, if you think you're gonna fail, you're gonna fail. If you think you're gonna be successful, you're gonna be successful. And I'm also learning that I just feel like for me, things really didn't start to like go crazy until I just didn't have a choice but to have 100% faith in God, meaning losing everything. You guys, to my new bombshells that are here, guys, I lost everything on June the 1st. I posted a video. So that video is a house fire that I had on June the 1st. And so that put me in a position where I literally lost everything overnight, had to live in a hotel, and I showed my journey of finding my apartment and everything. So, you know, I didn't have a choice but to believe that I could be successful. And it just felt like every time I started feeling like, you know, because guys, I'm just gonna be honest here, there's definitely been times where I've been like, man, maybe I should go back to corporate America. Maybe I should just go back and look for a job. And then something big would always happen to show me that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And so I think that goes into having faith. You can't have faith and have doubts at the same time. So you have to be purpose driven. And then too, when you start feeling discouraged, pray and ask God to give you discernment. Like, God, is this, show me a sign that this is what I am supposed to be doing. And I can assure you, He gonna show up and let you know if it's not what you're supposed to be doing. And then too, like, I have a lot of friends, you know, they start a journey, they'll tell their family, and then their family will be like, girl, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Be careful about who you share your dreams with, because I know in my family, the thing that surprised me was I hate to say this, but the support that my family gave me. And it was like, y'all, my family is very blunt sometimes. Well, I ain't gonna even say sometimes, all the time. And one thing about my family, baby, they gonna hurt your feelings. And so what was so crazy was those times where I would have those doubts, like, man, maybe I should, you know, go back to work. I would call my mom or call my sisters and be like, what are y'all thinking? Everybody would be like, no, you need to keep doing what you're doing. Cause see, the thing is, my family, this is how my family is. If they know that you're not good at something, my family would be more like, girl, yeah, you know, Wild Boy High, you can run down to the Wild Boy, they hiring. My family would actually tell me without telling me, like, that's what you need to do. But what I love is that when I start getting discouraged, they be like, no, this is what you're supposed to be doing. So guys, make sure that you are intentional about the direction you're going. Now, you don't necessarily have to share your dreams with your friends and your family, because sometimes though, your friends and your family, they will put their insecurities off on you. They will get scared and they'll be like, well, girl, I wouldn't do that if I was you. But that's why you ain't me. Do things that you know are gonna yield results. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know, for example, you know, we'll just talk about health. If you know going to the gym twice a week works for you, and eating more meat and eating less starch works for you and gets you to your bottom line or your whatever you're trying to get to, your goal, focus on that. You know what I'm saying? If you know when you have certain conversations with people, you get discouraged, you notice that you get discouraged after those conversations, get away from those things, because that's not result driven. If you're dating someone or you're in community or friendship with someone and you notice how you feel when you walk away from that conversation, you start having self-doubt or you start questioning your worth or whatever, get away from that, because none of those things are results driven. You're not going to get any results from that, you know. So only go towards things that are going to give you, you know, make you feel empowered. You know, girl, what was that? Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Y'all, this thing is a mess. But anyway, let's talk about red flags. You don't want red flags to look like Six Flags. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, ain't none of us getting younger out here. I know I'm not. And so I cannot afford to like pass up or pass on or brush things under the rug like I've done in the past. Like in the past, I would notice red flags and I just wouldn't, you know, wouldn't address him. But you have to be, if you want to be successful in dating, you have to be willing to have those hard conversations. You know, if you dating a dude and he casually mentions that he got, you know, small kids, and then you notice that he kind of brushes past that. If that makes you uncomfortable, oh yeah, I got two twins, and then he tries to rush onto the other thing. For some people, that's not a red flag. But if you've noticed that he's avoided talking about that, that's when you start asking questions. Okay, well, how often do you see your kids? What's, you know, that type of thing. I don't feel that you're being too intrusive. You know, ask those hard questions. I know me, baby, like, if I start hearing voices and stuff in the background, and you know, you say you at home, I'm gonna ask questions. I'm gonna be like, so do you have a roommate? I don't care. I'm asking questions. I no longer avoid those hard conversations. I absolutely run towards the sound of chaos. Now, I am not confrontational, but the things that I want to know, I ask. And in the past, I used to not say anything and just used to try to brush it under the rug. But fortunately, I don't have time for this shit no more. I am not concerned about how uncomfortable that you are. You know, now I'm gonna be kind in the way that I ask questions, because I'm not just this, you know, I'm not just no cold-hearted snake. I'm gonna be kind in the way that I present the question, but I'm also gonna ask the question. Now, I think in the dating realm, if you're dating a man, you know, if he has a problem answering those questions and, you know, making you feel comfortable, that's a red flag. You know, if I asked you questions in regards to, you know, how often do you get to see your kids, I'm asking because maybe I want to know where I could fit in. Now, if you're telling me you have your kids every single weekend and on every single holiday, that is awesome. I am so happy for you, and congratulations on being Father of the Year. But because I've already dated a guy who he always had his kids every single weekend. He had his kids, you know, I really liked this guy. I wanted us to travel and do stuff. You know, this wasn't a guy that I had just met. We had dating history, you know. I wanted to travel, I wanted to do things, but he always had his kids, and that's great. I love a great father, but there has to be balance there. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, when it came to him always having his kids, I just was like, that's awesome. But I also think, like, you know, sometimes people, you know, I hate to say this, but sometimes people make time for the things that they want to make time for, you know. And you know, if I can just provide some transparency here, let's just call a spade a spade. I just don't think he was just that into me, and I'm okay with that. That's fine. But I just think like if he really was, you know, there would have been some type of effort in him, maybe, because I don't even know how many weekends is in the year, but it's like you got your kids pretty much every weekend, and then sometimes every other Friday. And so you work Monday through Friday. So where do I come in at? You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like that's not, honestly, that wasn't a guy that was really intentional about me. And that wasn't a guy that truly, really wanted to be with me. I just really, really feel that way. Now, don't get me wrong, we spent time together, but then the times where he didn't have his kids, he still found the time to go do the things that he wanted to do. And so I'm no longer, that is unacceptable, especially with me being a Renaissance woman. And, you know, like women, you know what I'm saying? We're doing different things now. And, you know, with me being a Renaissance woman, I know that I do have the luxury of getting up and just going and doing what I want to do when I want to do it, because I don't have any responsibilities other than myself. And I'm not saying that, because I know everyone can't do that. I know that I live a very unconventional life, but damn, at least try to carve out some time for us to have together, you know? And so again, that was for me, one of those relationships or a situationship where I felt, you know, I was constantly questioning my worth and that type of thing. And ultimately I was like, nah, I'm not gonna be able to do this because, you know, I respect you as a father, but obviously I'm not the person you want to be with, because if I truly was, you would absolutely make time for us to spend together, and go and, you know, do occasional trips and do stuff like that or whatever. So it is what it is. I think for me, I'm not into having the same conversation twice. And the reason why I am not into having the same conversation twice, especially in the dating spectrum, is because even though I'm not in a relationship, I would have to say that I pretty much date really intelligent men. I am a very intelligent woman. And because I date really intelligent men, you know, they know that we've had this conversation. So you know that we've talked about me wanting to do things or spend more time together or whatever the circumstances, whatever the subject was. We talked about that once. I'm not bringing it up again. If I talk about it, I brought it up, and then I'm noticing that there is not a change. Now I will give you about, you know, 1 to 2 business weeks to see some changes, because I know that there has to be an adjustment. But if I've noticed that things are not changing, not only am I not having that conversation no more, be prepared for the slow fade. Y'all know what the slow fade is. Let me tell you what the slow fade is. Baby, the slow fade is I'm slowly not answering your phone calls anymore. My availability is becoming more and more limited. You know, the conversations are getting shorter. My interest has, you know, weaned. I'm not initiating calls, and not only am I not initiating calls, I'm not initiating text messages, and I'm just slowly fading off, you know, and that's just what a TI is, baby. Baby, it's this wing. Oh my God. Girl, look at that. Oh, but that's okay. Hopefully my lashes will balance that out, because baby, it's looking, girl, it's giving Spirit Airlines right now with these wings. Now, in regards to dating red flags, guys, for me, this is just for me, it is a red flag when a man brings up sex too fast. Guys, that is and I am not a prude, but that is the biggest turnoff for me. You know, when men start talking about sex way too fast, or even when men just bring up sex, you know, it's so much more to me than just sex. You know what I'm saying? I have so much more to offer. So when a man tries make everything that you say very, very sexual, that is definitely a sign for me to go ahead on and log out. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, sir, you're in your 40s, all right? You're not in your 20s and you're not in your 30s. You probably still need some blue pill assistance. So can we talk about why are you sexualizing everything? Because let's just be honest here. When it come down to the getting down, you need Mr. Blue Pill, Mr. Viagra to help you. So why are you biting off more than you can chew? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're bringing up sex and you're not gonna probably ain't gonna even be able to meet the demand when when the occasion arises, if you understand me. You know, the occasion ain't even arising. Your occasion is not arising in the situation, but you want to talk about making everything sexual. Like if a guy calls you and he's like, what you doing? Just getting out the shower. I need to get in the shower with you. You know what I'm saying? And this probably your second conversation. That is an immediate red flag. It's a turn off. And to be honest with you, I'm not really trying to move forward after that, because I'm already feeling like this guy, he's not seeing me anything more than just something that's sexual. And I know good and goddamn well that I did not present myself in that regard. But a lot of times, girls, it don't matter how you present yourself. I don't care if you walking in that bitch like Queen Elizabeth. I don't care if you dress from the turtleneck. You got a turtleneck on down to your feet covered up. Some men are just that type of way. It don't matter how you carry yourself. They just gonna try it. Another turn off for me, I'm not gonna say that this is a red flag, but a turn off for me is when a man is like, can you send me a picture? The minute you ask me to send you a picture, I'm immediately turned off. And let me show y'all the picture that I will send if you ask me to send you a picture. Because you didn't clarify, so I'm gonna send you a picture. But yeah, so that's an immediate red flag for me. I'm trying to think what else is another red flag. Another red flag, especially with the online dating thing, is when you have already had a couple of conversations with a guy. You guys have already gone through the with the FaceTime video thing, because that's something that I will do. I will do a FaceTime with you or whatever, or either we'll jump on a FaceTime. Like, you know that you can video chat in these dating apps. You don't have to give out your phone number. So once we've done that whole little thing or whatever, you still not asking me out on a date. And that's fine, but don't expect me to be around. And that's because if I've gotten this far with you in terms of if my interest is still there after we FaceTime, then more than likely I still want to, I'm still interested, and I want to meet you face to face. And so if you still haven't asked, like, oh, would you like to go to dinner? That's a big issue for me, okay? So that's definitely a red flag. Another red flag for me is a guy that is immediately asking about the kind of money that I make. Again, guys, I think I told y'all this in the previous video, but I don't ask men, I don't tell men what I do. I'm not very honest, nor am I very forthcoming in what I do in terms of for money. All right, another thing for me that is a red flag, a turn on, turn off, is consistency. Consistency is my #1 quality that I look for. And so the minute I see that you're not consistent, I'm immediately turned off. It is a red flag, it is a turn off, and I'm walking away. So the only thing you're gonna see when I find out that you are not consistent, the only thing you're gonna see is the back of my head getting smaller and smaller as I walk away. I'm not staying around, because the reason why I look for consistency over and above anything else is because consistency is the one thing you cannot fake. You can fake everything else. You can fake being a great dresser. You can fake being a kind, genuinely nice guy. You cannot fake being consistent, because that shit is gonna show up real early. You probably can be consistent for about a week or so, and after that you start noticing the slow fade, the fade off of, you know, yeah, he might be calling and that type of thing, yeah, because that's easy, right? But showing up and doing the things that you say you're gonna do, being a man of your word, that's very hard to keep up if that's just not who you are. And that's fine if that's not who you are. Just know that you're not for me. So yes, so yes, girl, being consistent is my #1 quality, requirement, and red flag if you don't have that. So yeah, another red flag, and we'll move on to something else, is like a pattern of behavior in terms of sometimes when you meet guys, they'll talk very negatively about their the women that they've dated, and you know, and they talk about so many different women. That is a huge red flag for me. A man who's constantly going from woman to woman to woman. And, you know, when they talk about them, they talk about them in a negative sense. And, you know, then too, more than likely, if they're saying that, they're telling you how they're discarding these people. And it's like, what makes you think that you deserve a good person when you come in and you have a pattern of negative behavior of, you know, just discarding person after person after person after person? Nothing good is gonna come to you. You wanna talk about this woman, oh, you know, she was this, she was that, she was this, you know, and it's like, well, what did you do in the relationship? And then too, when you hear men saying, oh, I stayed longer than I should. The only, you know, or you ask, if you could have changed anything about your last relationship, what would you have changed? Oh, I would have changed staying too long. They never want to admit, you know, the faults that they have. That's a red flag for me. And I immediately get out like that. I'm running, baby. I am running. shit. Now, you know, we talk about running towards the sound of chaos, but I am running far, far, far away and fast. All right, y'all, make sure you guys, y'all let me know what y'all list some of your dating red flags in the comments section below. Let me know what a dating red flag is for you. We're gonna be talking a lot about you know, I'm gonna circle back around to the friendship conversation. And the reason why I keep going back to friendship is because I truly feel like 2022 was my friendship graduation year. Like 2022 was like, you know, the year that I made some of the best connections. I met some of the best people in my life. And then 2022 was also when my true friends really showed up for me. The people that really, really, really wrote for me showed up for me. And then I had you guys, like, y'all came along, my bombshells came along, and I'm gonna be honest, by the way that you guys show up for me, the way that you love me, the way that you guys watch every video, the fact that like y'all showing up for me, it really forced me to step up who I was and what my requirements are. And so prior to this year, I would spend so much time, you know, like, oh, I want this kind of friend, I want this kind of friend. And then by you guys coming along into my life, by, you know, having to be accountable, because now I have a platform, right? And while y'all love me, baby, one thing I'm gonna say about the bombshells, y'all gonna hold my feet to the flame. Y'all will hold my feet to the flame. You guys are you're gonna make me be accountable, and which is why I'm very careful about the things that I say. But anyway, I don't want to get off source. I really learned what true friendship was just by having this platform. And so again, I would spend so much time thinking about the type of friend that I wanted. But then I never thought about the kind of friends that you want. You need to be that friend to you, to yourself. And you need to be that friend to the people who already love and appreciate you. And you rest assured that if you are, the right people will come along. And if the right people are not coming along, it is simply because there's still a few lessons that you need to learn. Work on being the friend that you want. If you want a friend that's fun to travel with, make sure that you're fun and you're traveling with yourself. If you want a shopping friend, make sure you're doing those things alone. And the right person will come along, but I feel like not until then, not until you have 100% pure peace within who you are, will those right people come along. Okay, y'all, so I am gonna go in with my Rihanna Coco Naughty. Look at me, y'all know I'm not used to doing these little makeup things, but anyway, the Rihanna Coco Naughty, and I'm gonna go in with that with a fluffier brush, because I'm noticing, like, first of all, I already have, you know, pretty defined and high cheekbones. And so I don't want that area to be as harsh. I want it to be a little bit more soft. So I'm kind of gonna go in with this, and then I am gonna go in with my sponge and just try to like really blow that area out and make it a lot more soft and not so harsh. And then we're gonna go in, let me go in here, and then around the hairline, I'm gonna do the same thing. So yeah, guys, and while I'm doing this, I just wanna say, like, guys, I appreciate y'all so much. I was looking at my analytics last night, my YouTube analytics, and girl, y'all, just in January alone, I was only getting 2,000 views a month. Y'all, 2,000 views a month, and in January, February, and March, I had about 2,000 views to 2,900 views, so almost 3,000. And then, you know, the platform began to grow, and you guys, y'all showed up and y'all showed out. And since then, we have been consistently getting, you know, more and more views. You know, like now we're getting over 100,000 views per month, but that is contingent upon me, you know, constantly putting out content. All right, y'all, so I am going through this and I am blowing out, giving my cheekbones just that really soft blown out effect. I kind of want to get this as sheer as possible, because we're then gonna go in with a really soft pink blush. but I still want to have a little bit of definition. And then I'm also gonna use this same powder on my nose to contour my nose. But again, we're gonna try to get it as light as possible. I probably need to use like a more defined brush, but that's okay. We're still rebuilding our makeup brush collection. Because this brush is not as fine, I'm gonna go in at an angle. So I'm gonna actually just come in this way on my nose. And then if I have to just go back over it with the concealer, I will. So we're going in at an angle. All right, so now that I've gotten that done, I'm gonna go in with my brush, with my sponge, and again, just, you know, blend it out. I actually like this. I really like this a lot. It's a lot more, it's not as harsh. It's not as harsh as the other powder, that Estee Lauder powder that I had been using. Oh yeah, that looks pretty. Oh, that looks so, oh y'all. Oh my God, that looks so pretty. I love that. I'm gonna put a little bit more though. I'm gonna put a little bit more. In fact, I want to use this brush. Let me just try to clean some of the product off of this brush. Let's see. Very nice. Now, let's go in and blend it out. All right, y'all, so for the cheeks, I am going in with I think this is the Juvia's Place palette. I'm going in with this really soft, pretty pink. And let's see here. I want to do it more like, I'm gonna use a super fluffy brush so the color can be more like kind of blown out and it's not very concentrated. And I'm just gonna do it in circles. Throw that ass in a circle, hey! But anyway, y'all know it wouldn't be a Rochelle get ready with me if it wasn't a little bit of ratchetness in it. So yeah, guys, that's very, very, very pretty. And then let me kind of blend the nose in a little bit more. All right, y'all, so this is the last and final makeup look. I'm gonna show you guys the entire look put together. Guys, this is my first get ready with me. So it was a little bit all over the place, but I hope that you guys enjoy this. Let me know if you want to do these once a month. I think maybe the next time I do it, we'll just do like a get ready with me Q&A. Let me show y'all the outfit. So this is the final look. This gorgeous sweater dress was purchased from ASOS. I love it. It's so cute. It can be styled really sexy. If I'm feeling sexy and salacious, honey, I can just unbutton it and wear it with a really cute, sexy cami. But I'm gonna button it up because I'm actually surprising my mom and taking her to an early dinner. And then I have on these gorgeous strappy J-Lo heels, really cute strappy J-Lo heels. And then I'm gonna be wearing it with my favorite bag. Guys, y'all know I love this bag. This is my Teddy Blake. This bag was gifted to me from Teddy Blake. I'm gonna make sure that I put the link below. And then I'm wearing these beautiful earrings, guys. I did purchase these earrings from Shein. I want to say they were $2. Again, I will link those earrings below. All right, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this very unorganized get ready with me. And if you did, let me know in the comment section below. I would like to thank you guys so much for your love and for your support. I appreciate y'all so much. I would like to also wish you guys a very happy and prosperous 2023. This is gonna be a year of prosperity. This is gonna be a year of growth. And I am so excited to see what this journey has in store. But again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
The gallery open till 10 for you and your friends. You know how I spend in USDON. I get too crazy, had a little baddie now. We stay good friends, we get too wavy. All I know is that when this cup ends, the next one be